celebrity or an influencer to be the face of your brand is a strategy that's worked for many companies throughout the years. Nike and Gatorade are great examples of this. But on the flip side, as we've seen with disgraced figures like Brett Favre and Kanye West, having a celebrity attached to your brand does come with some risk. In this video, we're going to talk about what are some of the things you can look for when deciding to hire a celebrity and what you can do to safeguard your business from any potential risk that comes with using this strategy. But before we get started, make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel, The Brand Outlaw. And if you find this content valuable, make sure that you hit the notification button. All right, let's get into it. The first thing we need to do is talk about what are some of the benefits of having a celebrity be the face of your brand. Well, the obvious one is attention. If your company isn't like a household name or it's just a startup, it's a great way to get a bunch of people to recognize your brand quickly by having a celebrity be attached to it. Another positive is if you're running ads with the celebrity in it, it's going to make your ads more memorable and it's going to create more of a stickiness with your ads in the mind of your consumer. Another positive is if that person has a lot of credibility in their industry, they can bring some of that credibility to your product as well. Obviously, this all sounds great, right? Sign me up. I need to go ahead and get a celebrity to start endorsing my business. But wait, before you do that, look over what are some of the pitfalls to avoid and what to look for when hiring a celebrity. So the first thing, which I believe is the most important, is that you need to understand the values of your business first. Like, what is your why? What is your mission? What is the core values of your brand? And if you don't know that, how are you going to hire a spokesperson who's going to be able to represent your brand the best possible way? So make sure that you have that dialed in first. And then that's going to start allowing you to have a foundation in which that you can build on for your company in order to find the right celebrity to represent your brand. The second thing you need to do is look at your competitors. Who are they hiring as their spokespeople? Because the name of the game is you want to stand out. So if you're starting to notice that they are hiring a lot of athletes, then you need to zig when they zag. You want to hire people that are in a different industry. Maybe you want to look at actors. Maybe you want to look at celebrity chefs, for example. But basically, you want to be in a position that allows your business to stand out. And if you choose other celebrities that are in the same field as your competitors, you risk blending in with them and you would actually end up hurting the opportunity to make a bigger return on your investment by having a celebrity represent your brand. The third thing is you need to identify who your target audience is, because you don't want to get a celebrity that doesn't resonate with your target audience. So a great example is this. Say you're going after a Gen Z audience. Well, you don't want to hire a 70s star because they might not recognize them. So instead, you want to see who are the top influencers on TikTok, who are the top influencers on Instagram, right? Because these are the people that they're constantly looking at. And these are the people that are going to build credibility in the mind of that target audience. So you want to make sure that whoever you're going after has credibility with your target audience. Fourth thing is you want to be proactive. Don't think that this spokesperson will never mess up. So you want to start thinking about how long do we want to be attached to this celebrity? Because say if you're taking a bigger risk by going after a celebrity that might be controversial, you want to look at it and say, well, if this person has a history of creating all this controversy, while in the short term, this can have a great impact for our business, well, if this person constantly is doing this, at some point, this could cause negative publicity for our business. So we want to put some procedures in place that says, with these particular artists or these particular celebrities, we're just going to do short-term contracts to ensure that we are riding the wave of their popularity, but we're also not riding the waves of their negative publicity. Another thing that you want to do is also maybe create some templates around some different media presses just in case something happens, so that way you can respond quickly. Also, you should set up a time frame in which you respond to negative press releases as well. Is it within an hour? Is it within 2 hours, 24 hours? Whatever the case is, you need to have a guideline put in place just for situations like this that do pop up. because a lot of these things can be avoided with great planning. So a good example of this is Adidas. You can argue that Adidas took too long to respond to the Kanye West situation, whether it was going ahead and suspending him or releasing him from his contract. But the longer they took to respond, the more their brand got tarnished in the eyes of the public. Because in a lot of people's minds, they were looking and saying, well, is it all about the money? Is it actually about the values of your brand? Are the reasons that you dropped this guy? Whatever the case is, you need to come out quickly to ensure that you keep your reputation intact within the public. Fifth way to mitigate the risk that comes with having a spokesperson is by hiring multiple spokespersons to represent your brand. A great example of this is Nike. So even though Nike may have different types of athletes, they'll have many athletes within one particular category. So for their basketball shoes, they'll have multiple athletes representing their brand. So when a case like Kyrie Irving came up, they were able to quickly pivot because it wasn't going to bring down the entire division of basketball apparel, because they had many different athletes representing that brand. So they were able to maneuver quickly. So there's one thing to really think about is, do you want to have all your eggs tied to one basket? And we would suggest actually spreading it out to ensure that if a situation like this pops up, it doesn't negatively impact the entirety of your business, but just a small portion. And another great thing about having multiple spokespersons as part of your brand is that it can actually appeal to different people within your target audience. Because everybody is in different stages. Everybody, even within your target audience, may differ in their personality and their likes and who they're following. So by having different spokespersons, it's actually going to allow you to hit all of your target audience. And if that spokesperson ends up having some bad publicity come along the way, it's only going to hurt a small segment of your target audience. Again, avoiding the catastrophe of it hurting your entire business. A celebrity spokesperson can be a great way to get your brand noticed and to build brand equity in the short term and in the long term. But it's not without risk. And as we know in business, risk is a part of the game. But to be successful, you want to make sure that you have a plan to mitigate those losses. So what did you think? Did we miss anything? Make sure that you leave it in the comments below. Make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel as well. And we'll talk to you soon on the Brand Outlaw.